Yes, finally, we actually have the real answer of what's happening to the gaming industry. They're trying to pinch every penny out of your wallets every single time. And the last domino has finally fallen. PlayStation has now increased the cost of every single one of their consoles by $50. 5 years into the gen, and every console that's been out for the last 5 years hasn't seen a price drop. It hasn't seen a price reduction. It's seen a price increase in every other region except the good old US of A. And today is that day. And instead of actually providing proper responses to PlayStation, to saying, hey, you guys for doing this. No, what do fanboys do? They go around in circles saying the most possible, like,
what, did you guys proactively go out and get a console before the price hike? That's the only way to avoid it now, I'm guessing.
Look, let's be real. Anybody trying to pin us on tariffs really has no idea what the they're talking about. Why? Because these consoles should not be $500 right now. They should be $299. They should be $499 for the Pro. There should have been price drops and price reductions throughout the last 2.5 years of this generation right now. We shouldn't have been sitting with these consoles at the same price as MSRP from the very beginning. And even then, it was worse in the beginning of the 2020s when they came out because they were all being scalped for 2 or 3x the actual retail price. So these companies know by law, by hook or by crook, they know every simp is ready to pay for it. But by God, it feels so good to be vindicated finally in all of this, as every fanboy was walking around being like, Ekbak bad. Did you make your Ekbak bad video, Alex? Why, yes, I did. Now it's time to make fun of clowns like you. According to Hazardor Gaming, PlayStation changed the price of the PS5 consoles starting August 21st for the United States. The PS5 is now $549. The PS5 Digital is $499. The PS5 Pro is $749. Accessories remain unchanged, and we have no other price changes to announce for additional markets. My favorite part about all of this now is the whole PS5 Pro. There's no PC equivalent to that performance that you can get for the same price. Well, my boys, I guess you might as well just get a gaming PC now, because clearly you guys are spending almost $1,000 after you get the disc drive and the stand and you pay for online. It's so good to see every single fanboy literally eat their own words, as the only shadow drop that PlayStation had during Gamescom was a price increase. Nothing else. No games, no nothing. But hey, you clowns, you're for the payers, am I right? Seeing this entire thing just happen unfolding right now in front of everybody really goes to show these corpos are doing everything possible to take every penny out of your pocket, and they'll do it in every way possible. And they'll use every single vague term that they can. Oh, the market conditions. What does that mean? You know what market conditions are actually happening, PlayStation? I'll show you. And the funnier part about all this is watching these green lines go up year over year, time over time. Stock prices increase and go higher and higher while they go through and charge you more money for every product that they're selling you. Oh, guys, market conditions. Yeah, every clown, moron, and idiot on Twitter pretending to be an economist using ChatGPT for their answers online are the ones trying to go through and twist themselves into a pretzel trying to defend all of this in some weird way, which really is just the insane thing about all of this. Next generation consoles, boys, get ready. $599 MSRP. They've been trying to cook the books on this for so long. They've been dying to do this, raising the price of everything over time, not giving you any discounts whatsoever. And now here comes PlayStation, the same clowns that will do this in your face, and then these idiots act like when this company goes through and does whatever they want. The actual insane simping behavior that I've been able to see over the last 24 hours on this hellscape of a website known as Twitter has to be the most ridiculous thing ever. But of course, fanboys will defend it because my video games, and they'll try to blame everything possible around it. And instead of just saying, hey, why didn't you guys reduce the price over the last couple of years and give us a better product overall, they're going to say, why didn't you guys buy the console earlier? PlayStation tweeted out the update for the pricing on Twitter recently, and Jay Barry responded by saying this: SMH facepalm emoji, terrible. One more example of the console gamer paying more to get less. Shake my head. Wait, bro. I know this is not who I think it is. I know you are not the one saying this. I know you, of all people, are not the one saying this right now. You are the same guy, one of the same people who had Sean Layden on their dead podcast, by the way. Rest in peace, whoops. Haha. It turns out you guys were all happy like pigs and shit rolling around when Sean Layden says, buy your games day one. Support the developers. Buy your games. Buy your games. You rallied against Game Pass all this entire time. You talked about supporting the devs. Well, now go ahead and support Sony, my boy, the console gamer. You guys are the pay pigs of the industry, the of Adam 22 of the gaming space. Go ahead and sit in the chair in the hotel room because that's where you belong. Hell, I'm not even the one saying it. You said it yourself.
You know what I mean? That's one thing. That's one thing I'll probably agree with them PC motherfuckers. I'll tell you that. I agree with them PC motherfuckers that console gamers, yeah, we don't have a stance for shit. I tell yo, you know what I mean? Because
Yo, no, you did not. Yo, did you really just say that PlayStation is the only fan, or consoles are the only fan girls, and we just get the
we the simps, bruh. You know what I mean? Go, at the end of the day, as console gamers, right? We will complain, price hike. Well, we're not gonna stop playing our multiplayer games, right?
I'll stop buying into the service. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bruh.
Yes, brother, how the lack of self-awareness around you really is insane to me. You are literally exposing yourself for the kind of guy that you actually are. Recently, before all of this, you were like, I'll be happy to pay $1,000 today for a PS5 Pro. It's no problem for me. When you turn around and now you're having a hissy fit, now you're angry. And you know what's even funnier about all of this? Earlier throughout the day, here's what you tweeted about the ROG Ally X. $1,000 plus for the full experience? A what? Who is this for? Scam? Anti-consumer? With Skull Vikes saying this, I wonder if all the people that bitched at the $700 PS5 Pro bitched about this. I'm gonna say no. They won't, LOL. You know what's crazy? You know what's wild to me? $1,000 is a problem for the Xbox ROG Ally X, but $800 to $900 to $950 for the PS5 Pro? Oh, we didn't have a problem then. An upgraded console without the disc drive for not having physical copies of media? We didn't have a problem then. $700, you can't build a PC for that on the same space. There's no way, bro. PS5 Pro, the best way. But all of a sudden, now it's a problem. $1,000 is a problem. Now, all of a sudden, I thought you had money bags, my boy. I thought you want to support the devs day one. Oof. Oh, yes. We're back. We're fucking back. We're back. Here's Pio on Twitter saying this. With how things are going, this is what I expect for the PlayStation 6. Base PS6, $700. Cables, they don't come with, $50. Controller, don't come with the system, $100. Disc drive, $100. Stance, I guess he meant stand, $20. Total cost for the full PS6 experience, $970. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. I was called every kind of name under the book. I was called a brokey. I was told, get a job. I said, oh, you just dancing on YouTube when your banana suit for $1? Huh, you whore. Well, guess what, boys? Put on the suit. Take off your shirts. Go down to Chippendales and start stripping because you clowns were the exact ones talking about I pay AAA price for AAA quality. I'll pay $100 for a video game if it didn't have microtransactions. PS5 Pro at $699. Huh, that's a bargain compared to PC gaming. Now you guys are freaking the fuck out. Now who's the bad guy? Oh, am I still the asshole? I guess I am, because for so many years I sat there and I fought and I defended for lower pricing products. I sat there and I said, don't get swindled, don't get screwed, don't get caught up in the hype. And every single one of you clowns, you morons, you idiots, I don't even know what else to say. You all defended these corporations. Now you're starting to finally see the light. Ah, yes. A total package for a console at almost $1,000 before tax, before any game, and before online. Here is OJ Player Essence, an actual Nintendo fanboy, saying this. PS5 price is going up because of tariffs in the US, like I predicted. Sony is evil, greedy, and terrible, right? Some of y'all need to stop listening to grift YouTubers and listen to people who actually know economics. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Every single fanboy now is trying to be an actual economist on Twitter, acting as if they know what is even happening in the political space or even the economic space. It's wild how the actual Nintendo fanboy who bought a Steam Deck didn't do anything with it, tried to sell the Steam Deck to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 because he wants the Switch 2 over the Steam Deck, which really is the funniest fucking thing of all, by the way, to go through and be like, I was going to make Steam Deck content and made no Steam Deck content. The same guy is now trying to tell you, being like, oh man, the Switch 2 is $450. That's a steal, am I right? Boy, I can't wait to buy everything day one for everybody else. As you go around and just fillet Doug Bowser on a consistent basis over everything Nintendo does. My boy, the guy without a spine shouldn't tell people to get a spine. You're as bad as a jellyfish, my guy. I got this one hair sticking up and it just won't go away. Whatever, we're gonna stick with it. I don't really care. This absolute moronic behavior talking about, well, it's the tariffs. No, what happened was these companies used the tariffs as an excuse to jack up the price because these consoles should have had an already big discounted price so many years into the generation, just like Nintendo raising the price of the previous gen consoles when they literally said, if you can't afford the Switch 2, buy a Switch 1. And then what they do? They jack up the price of the Switch 1. They are in fact greedy. They are in fact evil. These companies don't care about you. Stop trying to be a grifter, my boy. Oh, God, the inability to look in the mirror is wild to me, and I am here for it every single time. PorterRock77 says this, PlayStation 5 prices will increase on the US on August 21st. Here are the prices. Sucks to be you if you waited to buy a PS5/PS5 Pro. He was so close. He really was. Like, there are actual moments where Porter Rock has direct clarity of the situation. He understands like, hey, they're going third party for PlayStation. He fights against his audience about that. He sees everything clear under the sun. Yet for some reason, instead of calling PlayStation out like he's been calling them out for being third party, what does he do? He says, well, sucks if you haven't bought a PS5 or PS5 Pro now. No, that's not the response, my boy. The proper response should have been, what fuck is PlayStation even doing? These consoles shouldn't be increasing in price. They should be decreasing in price. If they want to sell more units, that's what they should do. But then we have little piggies like you running around. Buy a PS5, you guys. Exclusives, my boys. Just keep buying the console, guys. PlayStation butter. PlayStation better. PlayStation could literally go out and post massive revenue numbers and generate it. And then they'll look you right in the face and say, hey, by the way, due to market conditions, even though we made all this revenue and all this profit, we're gonna go ahead and ask you for more money anyways. You guys do that shit all the time. You guys talk about how much money PlayStation makes more than Xbox, how much more money they make more than Nintendo. Talk about the actual profit being made instead of revenue being generated. Yet for some reason, the moment they tell you, hey, we made all this money over the last year, and then they tell you to your face, we're gonna charge you more, instead of being like, wait, what the fuck? You guys made a ton of money. Why are you doing this? You guys say,
you should have bought it earlier. I guess you got to pay more now.
Zero spine on every single one of these clowns. Not one of them has gone around and said anything negative towards PlayStation to bring them down just a peg. This is why you guys pay for online. This is why you guys get bullied by these corporations. This is why these companies will continue to do anything they want to you, because they know you're going to get on your knees and you're going to beg for it like a good little boy, aren't you? Here's Guapzilla saying this, still the worst priced consoles on the market goes to, posting a picture of the Xbox Series X 2 terabyte. Y'all, it's 2025. The console wars are dead. And yet you still got clowns like this talking about like, well, at least our console is still cheaper than that other console, so we still win. grown-ass men, instead of actually having the ability or a backbone to stand up for themselves and say, no, this is bullshit, PlayStation, you shouldn't be doing this, are the same dudes who when PC Gamers said to PlayStation, no, don't restrict our games via regions, that's bullshit. And then they bent for it, and they bent the knee to gamers. You guys have seen it happen firsthand. And what do you do instead? You point at the other competing console and say, well, look, they're worse than us. So, I mean, you might as well buy a PlayStation, right? Instead of actually having a backbone and being like, no, this is bullshit. You guys bent the PC Gamers about the region locking. You can bend about pricing. Hell, even Microsoft bent back about their pricing for their games being $80. And you guys can't do it for your own consoles? PlayStation fanboys literally are the OnlyFans users of the video game space. Y'all are going out sad. Y'all are really going out sad. And this is unfucking believable. Here's MBG tweeting out PS5 price increasing 5 years into the generation. PS6 pricing starting to look kind of spooky. I just They're so behind. They're so behind on everything. It's actually getting kind of sad now. MBG's the same clown who's been walking around still trying to cope himself about PlayStation going third party and is now being like, well, guys, PS6 looks kind of spooky, and all that tough talk and all that bullshit you were saying about like, oh, I can't believe PlayStation would do this. They're devaluing the console. They're devaluing the brand. They'll never, I don't even know what's going to happen anymore. The console wars are over now. And this like strange like twist that you've been trying to do, like move yourself in a direction and being like, I'm pro-consumer now, guys. That's going to be the way I'm going to do things. Everybody can see right through that veneer. Because if you were pro-consumer for an actual customer and user, then you would have actually been calling this shit out from the very beginning for the last 5 years plus. But you haven't done anything like that. You were only happy because things are going well for PlayStation after you switched sides for being an Xbox fanboy. Don't act like nobody forgot, my guy. Here's the Red Dragon tweeting this out. Xbox woke up and said we can sell a 1080p machine for hundreds of dollars more than the PS5 Pro that won't run on their console library games, and bots will love it. Hey, did you guys see that tweet from Red Dragon calling out PlayStation about the price hike? Did you guys see it? Did you guys see it? I didn't see it. You know what's funny? Nobody saw it because he never made it. 8 hours this guy hasn't tweeted. The guy who tweets consistently all the time negative Xbox news, and the moment something bad happens to PlayStation, the instant something occurs where he's going around and has to try and like call the company out that he sucks off on a daily basis, it's a fucking ghost town on that timeline. Oh, bro, it's just it is just unbelievable the lengths these guys will go through in order to try and defend a company and corporation. People talk about the console wars being dead. These dudes are gonna do it for life, like the NWO, because these boys got nothing else to do. Their entire online personality is dedicated to a console and a brand, and it's sickening to watch because these are grown adults that can actually vote and even procreate, which is even worse. But hey, let me know when you call out PlayStation, right, my boy? See what happens. See what happens. Here's James Act on Twitter saying, what's this gonna do? Make people buy less PlayStation and move over to Xbox? Laughing, crying emoji times 3. And there it is. There it is, clear as day in front of your face, more than anything ever seen. Exactly why they did the price hike, because they know simps like James over here are going to do exactly that. They're going to keep buying their products. They know they can keep ratcheting up and charging more simply because they are tied to that specific brand. This dude, this clown is obsessed with everything PlayStation. And the funniest part about all of that is all he does is talk about how great a company is, even though they are fucking him consistently through every single basis. And seeing this kind of like dismissive attitude towards the entire thing really is funny to watch, as dudes like this and every other PlayStation fanboy are trying to take solace into the fact that they're getting screwed over by this company, paying for online, paying $750 for a PS5 Pro now, paying for a disc drive on top of that, paying for everything else, and a stand, more money for their games coming soon, by the way, and even for the peripherals coming soon, by the way. You can bet your sweet bippy at some point they're going to jack the price up of those games to $80, just like Nintendo. At some point it's going to happen, and when it does, we're all going to be here to laugh at you as you try to defend it. But I think the better part about all of this isn't just watching the fanboys do it, it's watching our very own Reforged Gaming try to cope himself out of the entire process live. Take a look.
Yeah, Yeah, the PlayStation price goes up $50 in US tomorrow, and yes, they did indicate that they were going to try to keep prices down as long as they could. They signaled that they were going to hold off, so when everybody else was raising their prices, when Xbox raised their prices, PlayStation held, and they had stock to help protect. They were hoping that that would get them through. They were considering manufacturing in the U.S. to be able to not have that price increase hit the U.S., but the tariffs were kind of inevitable. So they held as long as they could. It sadly is not what they wanted to do. Internally, they did not want to raise prices. They were actually surprised that the PS5 was holding with the PS4 without doing a price drop. So a price increase is certainly not what they want to do midway through the gen.
You guys, Sony didn't want to do this. It wasn't their choice. They were trying to hold everything off, guys. Sony and PlayStation, they're the good guys. They weren't trying to copy mean old bad Xbox now, were they? They weren't sitting there trying to say, well, we're going to do it in 3 months because we have the inventory to do it. Yeah, everybody was just so rapidly going out and buying PlayStation, so they wanted to go ahead and just not increase the price because they're the good guys. They're the good corpo. Bro, how you can even believe any of that is wild to me. These companies were sitting there and watching what was happening, and they were saying, hey, hold on a second. Everybody's raising their prices. You know what we should do? Not raise them just yet. We're going to wait an entire quarter. We're going to see how things pan out. And then if things don't decrease over time and everybody's still buying stuff, then we can increase the price as well and not have to eat any of that cost of the tariffs. Yeah, even though these consoles should have already been $399 or $299 at the most. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. They staved off. They bought their time. They waited for the right moment. They saw a quarter without an actual dip in sales, and they said, you know what? If they're still buying it, rack that bitch up. And that's what they're going to do. Squeeze every penny out of your pocket. And this really insane posturing defense that you're trying to play out for them, you guys, they didn't want to do this. They're just a corporation. They would never want to make more money. They're trying to be the good guys about the entire thing. Really shows how short-sighted you are in all of this. That is the best part of everything. Delicious watching fanboys try to cope themselves into PlayStation screwing them over once again every time. But hey, don't listen to me. I'm just that one asshole on YouTube who calls corporations out. But I'm the bad guy, right? Hit it, Billy. Look, that's the thing. Corporations should not be increasing the cost of video games over time like this. They should, in fact, be reducing the price and the cost of consoles over time. Manufacturing becomes cheaper, and new ways of producing the product can become more efficient, and better ways of providing a better product for the customer to sell more units. Instead, though, they've learned people are going to buy them anyways, especially after 2020. So before, over the last, so many generations, it used to be waiting at the end of the gen to buy the previous one would have been the better call. All the games are out, the console's cheaper, and everything works even better. But now it's the opposite. Now you're paying a little bit less money up front to have a worse experience over the years in order to pay more money at the end, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever when they're launching the brand new model. This is basically going to be the easiest way for console companies to increase the price gen over gen, just like Sean Layden always wanted to do as well. And if you don't believe me, think about it like this. If the current consoles right now are $550, who's to stop them from saying, hey guys, it's a brand new generation, we got all this new technology, it's $599 instead. Oh, and those games, they used to be $70, but now they're $80 as well. So ta-da! And then now we're going to also increase the price of our online services too. So they're going to wring every piece of penny out of your pocket that they can. And let's talk about the tariffs too. Do you know why I don't believe it's the tariffs? Because it's simple. The moment the tariffs go away or the moment the administration changes, those prices won't go back down. They'll stay the same because they know you'll pay that price. It's almost like it's been a scam the entire time. Surprise, surprise. So with all that being said, if you liked today's video, thank you. And if you didn't like it, fuck you. If you want to see more of this kind of content, more PC port reviews, gaming news, Steam Deck videos, fanboy content like this, my hot takes in the gaming industry, and live streams every Saturday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 90,000 subs. And I just want to say thank you guys so very much. If you want Discord access or most during live streams, become a YouTube member. It's as low as $1. If you don't want to spend the buck, don't sweat it. Come on down Saturday nights, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel live as I get humiliated by 800 to 900 people while wearing a banana suit and they're using AITTS to do it. It's a hell of a show, trust me. With all that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you gooners next time. Peace!